Didn't know it was gonna be this hard. The devil been riding me. I'm asking Jesus to please save me. Let my spirit, Jesus save me. Welcome to the huddle. Good God Almighty, I feel good. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you got to know that you are enough. Enough to get it right when everything going wrong. We know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So I just want to let you know I give my all to be worthy of your attention right now in the moment or on the replay. Jerome, you already know what's up. Welcome to the huddle, brother. I love you and I appreciate you. The P.O.P show, Power of Perspective. Do you really understand your own perspective? I'm talking about the way you see things from a particular angle. Tonight, man, I want to talk about yoking and yanking. Yoking and yanking. And this deep, man, I come across this through a whole week of experience, and everything seemed to came to the same point about whether you're yoking or you're yanking. Yoking, yanking. Can you yoke or do you yank? Yoking, yanking, yoking and yanking. It came by way, man, and I just got to keep it real. I told you I dealt with some plumbing last week. I put on there how I solved my plumbing issue. I used a plumbing tool called the donkey dick. And I was on the trucking line. This conversation got a lot. I want to give a shout out to the trucking line. But it was just the connotation of the donkey dick amongst men. Man, fuck that. Man, you ain't got to call it that. We just shooting the jive, but we having a good time. So we got some religious brothers on there. And they were saying, I said, well, man, it's in the Bible about the donkey dick. So we said, no. But now it's leading us somewhere for real. It's a group of men that got us pulling up scriptures and reading scriptures. And now we're reading scriptures, and now we're going to the point of the stories. So I told you last week this story, Ezekiel 20, was about two sisters. And so we're talking amongst men, and what's the point? So the point is, it's power, man. And I'm just going to say it, but this is the way it says. It's power in the donkey dick. And I ain't talking about in size. I'm talking about a man who understands in confidence how to truly cultivate a woman in that way. It's a power in that. And the power becomes real when it breaks down to the intentions behind that man. Talking real life shit, y'all. Talking about yoking and yanking. And so one of the religious brothers say, well, you got to be equally yoked. It don't matter about sex. It's about being equally yoked. And we all amongst men, we saying, well, hey, man, you can't say that. It has to do something with sex. So we're just talking about being equally yoked. Talking about a group of men. Equally yoked. Shout out to Brother Kamiron. It led to a conversation with him. Man, what does it really mean to be equally yoked? Do we understand that? Alexa, What is the meaning of being equally yoked?
Being equally yoked means sharing similar spiritual values and beliefs with your partner. It's like two oxen working together harmoniously because they're matched in strength and purpose. Would you like to learn more about the concept of being equally yoked?
No, thank you. So it's about when we hear.
Sounds good, Trab. Have a great evening.
Yeah, she ready. See, that's why she the greatest co-host in the world. She just be right there ready. She understand what's going on. But to be equally yoked, have you ever really thought about it? The question is more powerful than the answer. To really be with your partner, I'm talking about one mind, to become as one flesh. You know, I don't know if you believe or not, you know, concepts or whatever, but most people ain't real enough to say they don't believe. So I'm going to assume you believe. And if you believe, then you got to understand what we saying. Because your divinity depends on this. Being yoked. And this is in any relationship, anything where one or two come together with one vision, one goal, align intentions, commonality, to make something in you and me come together to be bigger than both of us as individuals, but great, to know that God is real. So in anything you do, you got to be equally yoked to those that's committed in anything with you. But in most cases, we're talking about a relationship between a man and a woman. I want to tell a story. I'm going to tell this story to come back where I'm at, coming off the spirit. It was two best friends, two little girls. They was best friends since the first grade. They experienced life at the same rate. They began to have standards of what they wanted in the future. And both of them knew, and they made agreement to say that we're going to get this type of man, and we're going to have a good life, and we're going to raise our children and family, and we're going to be good women. They made a pact. And one of the things that they cultivated in each other was to understand how to see the right kind of man that they knew they wanted. But they was pure. They was innocent. They didn't yet understand the power of intentions. So when they got old enough to date and began to get in relationships, they knew and understand what to look for. And what the thing was they was looking for was confidence. See, there's nothing more attractive. Listen, I'm hero training now. There's nothing more attractive to any opposition than confidence. That's the kind of man that they knew and trained themselves to identify when they see a confident man, a confident boy. That's the one who will protect you. That's the one who will be assured of himself. That's the one in the midst of darkness that you can lead on and have faith and trust. You got to look for confidence. That's where a powerful man lies. These two little girls knew it. But they were too innocent to understand intentions. So one little girl, we're going to call her Lily. She found the confidence, the beacon of confidence, caught her attention, caught her attraction, and it was mutual. It was feeding the laws of attraction. It was working. Lily found hers. Cece over here, she found hers. She found her confidence, her beacon of light. Both of them say, we got the confidence. But they were too innocent to understand intentions. So let me tell you something. Confidence is a real thing. And if I had to give you a vision of who Lily got and who Cece got, Lily got shown off. Cece got Bruce Leroy. See, yeah, we got a hero, yeah, we got a villain, but the commonality between both of them is both of them have a glow. That's what most people don't have. That's what a young girl, that's what an old woman, that's what a man looks for in a woman. It's about the beacon of light, who recognizes confidence. Because confidence is something you can trust. Do you have self-confidence? Do you trust your own abilities? See, that's the real confidence. That's the real question. Because if you don't have it there, then nobody will see it out there. You ain't never been attractive. Confidence is what attracts. So two little girls understood this. They just don't understand intentions. So sure enough, was going with Lily. Cece was going with Bruce Leroy. Both of them had a glow. Both of them was confidence. Both of them knew, just like any young woman, I want to be equally yoked with a man. I want a man to yoke me. I want to submit to his will, to his trust. To know that whatever he leads me, I'm secure. That's what a woman wants. But when confidence is tied to purpose, Bruce Leroy got a purpose. He got a light burning inside of him that's driving him to do the right thing for the right reason. To show that God is a living truth in real life with warm blood. And when you got that, you can yoke your woman. You can yoke her and hold her, and she'll let go and be equally yoked in your ways and understanding to be a true one, and y'all become one flesh. See how that works? That's what everybody wants. But Lily over there was shown off. He got the red glow. His intentions ain't tied to purpose. So she was attracted by a real glow. But she was too innocent and pure to know. And she can't understand why Cece just happened to get the right glow and I had to get the wrong one, because he ain't tied to no purpose. He don't want anything. His confidence is all about an ego. And when your confidence is an ego and is not tied to purpose, you begin to do tricks with it. You know, a con man, that's someone who can use his confidence to do tricks in your spirit and in your mind. And when a con man has a glow and understands how it works, and you submit to it and you don't realize what you have done, now you're getting yanked every goddamn well. You get yanked over here, you get yanked over there. Lily, Cece knew what they wanted. Cece tied to purpose, tied to a real hero, somebody that has yoked her, and she have become equally yoked in his vision, in his ways. through all the order, she had a wedding. Lily was her matron of honor. You know, the lady's best man, the lady's best girl. Yeah, Lily was there for her best friend. But she got yanked to the wedding and yanked from the wedding. And they don't talk no more. They don't talk no more. Because now Lily can only dream of what it feels like to be yoked and not yanked. So this is about confidence in a man. Had the same conversation today on the line. A hypothetical situation, or it was a real situation, but it wasn't on the line. We were just having a conversation about it. Say a man got caught cheating a couple of times. Wife got fed up, they separated, but he want his family back. What should you tell him? What should we tell him? Say they've been separated. I say I don't do too good with recovery. I like to train for the fight in the fight. That's what hero training is really about. Examine the slips, not the falls. See, that's the difference between being yanked and yoked, or being yoked and yanked. Examine the slips, not the falls. We all done mature through levels of life. I got a song say, I have grown into a better me. I'm growing, baby. I'm better than who I used to be. If I knew then what I know now. I mean, we all ought to be able to look at life and look back to realize that was grace. Because if I knew then what I know now, I would have made better decisions, but I don't regret it because it's responsible for me being who I am now. But we must be able to say that and understand that every step, every breath got to be in purpose. Fucking up is a process. Fucking up is a process. You can decide. Temptation can hit you in your chest. Temptation can grab you by your face. But you got to make a choice to begin a process. This is on both sides of the ball. Her and him and her. Manifestation. Cause and effect, mentalism, polarity, all of these things happen simultaneously in the same moment to manifest reality. So if you fuck up, it's a process. There's somewhere in the process. You got to be real enough to be real enough to examine the slip. Come before the fall. Come before the fall. All I can tell you after the fall is get the fuck back up. And I don't know what to do after somebody done smack the shit out of me or punch me in my mouth. I ain't got no advice. The way my mind working, the way my confidence, and the way I stay in my pivot, and the way I'm understanding about what goes around, come back around, so I hold my head high because I don't want to miss what's coming back. You understand what I'm saying? I put out what's real. So I don't know how to give you advice about after somebody bust you in your mouth and smack you. Only thing I can tell you is to stay on your posture. Keep your head on a swivel. And if you can't see it, you can't be it. So in real life, when you become equally yoked, a man is real as his reason. Nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman. A woman is real when you equally yoked and she yoked and you yoked. Man, you got a reason. Say, man, I ain't finna fuck up. No. Hell no. See, that got to be tied to purpose. See, if you confident and you just doing tricks with this shit, if you just doing tricks with this shit, you ain't tying this shit to no purpose. You just out there dropping donkey dick. That shit leads to confusion. That shit leads to being yanked. And I want you to understand the spectrum of what I'm talking about. First of all, the most important thing I'm talking about is confidence. Because there's people in relationships right now where they don't see confidence in each other. The same man that get in a room amongst men and ain't confident. Them real men. And they go home to women and children. His woman want to be yoked. His woman want to be yoked. That's why infidelity is what it is. That's why everybody fucking everybody and ain't nobody real, because don't nobody really understand real confidence attack the purpose. Everybody using confidence, doing tricks with it. So everybody looking at an illusion of what being yanked is, thinking it's going to yoke them, but it ain't doing nothing but yanking them and 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 yanking them. But the soul wants to be yoked. And this ain't about a woman, what she ain't or what she can't. Because just as much as she ain't or she can't be yoked, it's just as much as men don't know how to yoke a bitch. I hate to say it like that. But that's how you got to say it in the locker room. Because if you can't feel it in your soul, your woman don't feel it in the bedroom. Let me tell you something about confidence. Sex ain't as physical as you think. If you're real enough to talk to women and they're real enough to talk to you, they'll let you know it's about mentalism. It's about feeling secure and safe. It's about being vulnerable and trusting you in that moment. And the more and more you understand that and cultivate that, that's what makes it good. But if you don't know how it works, talking real life shit. You can say, well, how you know? I don't know. I'm just going by the same data everybody else go with. 70% of women ain't never had a real orgasm. Well, I'm talking about from the warm blood of Jesus. And if 70% of women ain't never had a real orgasm from the warm blood of Jesus, then it's a high percentage of men that ain't never made a woman have one. So all this tough talk about I'm doing this, I'm doing that, statistics say ain't nobody really dropping that donkey but the ones that's truly blessed and understand how it works. And that's from a mind perspective. If you got it, you get it. And that's a dangerous thing with the wrong intentions. It's a dangerous thing with the wrong intentions. It leaves a lot of women hurt, destroyed, families broken. It's a powerful thing with the right intentions. It tied to purpose. It builds communities. It builds leadership. It builds love. And that's going to always be both ends of the spectrum. You're going to always have Shonuff, and you're going to always have Bruce Leroy. And there's one more person in this. And I hope this ain't you. Because if you right now can close your eyes, if you either see yourself as Shonuff or you either see yourself as Bruce Leroy, and I'm just talking about you with a glow and knowing what your intentions is with your glow. If you can't see your own self with a glow, then there's one more person in this, and that is the victim between the two. If you ain't got confidence, let me tell you a real life equation about Shonuff and Bruce Leroy. If you ain't got confidence and you don't know how to yoke your woman, Shonuff will see her vulnerable and play on her. And she may get the attention or see the glare of Bruce Leroy and get fascinated in what they feel like and make every attempt to be seen. That's how it works. So you got to be real. You got to, man, listen, man, this ain't no alternative. You got to be confident in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. That's what a woman needs to feel yoked. And that ain't about no money. A man as real as his reason. If you got a woman that's really yoked and y'all got one mind, y'all come in the flesh, I say it's crazy how her prayers intertwine with my goals. I guess when it's real love, that's just how your life flows. I don't know what she praying for. I don't know what conversations she having in the mind with her God. That's for her and her divinity. Ain't nothing that she could do in this world of existence to help me heal that. That's for her soul. But I trust it and I know that whatever that is, I'm in the light. So I align my goals, man. I got goals I'm trying to work towards. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to be everything I got to be. I can't give up. I can't quit. If your ears equally yoked, and I want to say this point clear to any woman listening to this. If you got a man that you know you yoke with, and you can honestly say, this man love me and this man care for me, And I ain't talking about wagering that in a materialistic way, because if y'all together, y'all got some type of commonality. But if you got a man and you know that, I want you to look around and realize one thing. You have not because you want not. Because if you really want something, and that something is rooted in the power for y'all as one in y'all family, I promise you that man will wake up under a spell of God's will to get his best version of it. And that's how it worked. And that's how it worked. On the real note, in the personal side, condolences to Freddie Baker. His daughter was kidnapped and found. It's all on the news. I want to give a real life message about this, man. It's real life shit. Just like I just told this story about confidence. We always heard cliche rhetoric, good girls like bad boys. And I don't know what that's about, because I ain't never been no bad boy. And I ain't never felt less confident in any part of my life or at any moment in my life in the presence of someone who considered themselves a bad boy. But we got to understand things for what it is and stop being childish, because we in a time where this shit ain't no game. We on the internet every day. I'm saying this to a young woman and an old woman. If you meet a man and you meet somebody and you are single and you out there in that aspect of this world and someone does seek your attention or grab your attention, then use that internet. Look up his name. Look up her name. And if they can't give you their real name because whatever that is to say, then fuck it. But look up their name. This ain't no game. Fuck what it sound like. Sound like life or death to me. If you see something with domestic abuse, then be real enough to be real with your damn self. Ain't no circumstances. Be real enough to be real with yourself. I ain't talking no bullshit. I'm talking about life, and I'm talking about death. This street nigga shit ain't never did nothing but left a woman broken and hurting. I don't know what type of illusion we got that this shit leads somewhere. If confidence ain't tied to purpose, then it ain't shit. It's a trick. And money ain't got nothing to do with confidence. That ain't got nothing to do with confidence. Like they said in Players Club, make the money, don't let the money make you. You got to be real enough to know when something is real and when something is fake. Don't never let money be a false sense of confidence that you can't even see the trick. Now you fucked up off in this world on some street nigga shit. It don't do nothing but leave women broken. So have some discernment for your own self. This shit leads to life and this shit leads to death. Love y'all, man. I have grown. God almighty, man. I'm growing, baby. Better. Who are you to be? I've been on this journey for 46 years. I had some good times, well as I have shared some tears. I'm getting better and better every day, feeling like I'm moving in the right way. It's been a long time coming. I pay my dues, I put that work in, baby. Trying to be a better me done damn near drove me crazy. But it was worth it, baby, because I'm a better me. I remember when I used to be. Man, I'm talking real life shit. Christmas, man, next Thursday. We in the spirit. I promise you this shit real out here. At least I'm going to say it's real for me. And sometimes, man, the difference between real is you being able to get real with it or not. Everybody real till shit get real. I say this for real right now, listen to me. When you truly understand who matters and what matters to them, life and love becomes easy. Now think about life and think about love and think about the Christmas spirit. The love and life is in that moment, in that joy. So just think. I done talked to enough people. Christmas gonna be Christmas, but hey, just think. Be surprised how much you can take a load off if you just think about who matters and what matters to them. Money gets put in a proper perspective. Situations become real. You'll start to realize that there's a mutual respect. Everybody understand this illusion of disappointing. See, expectations is the seed of disappointment. We projecting expectations on each other. And that's what's making us feel like we got to keep on going and going and going, trying not to disappoint. But this is in our mind. We all in the same thing, going through the same thing. If you've been raising your children real and they understand what's real. Now, see, it's a problem if you ain't done this right here for real as a parent. But your children in the fight with you, I promise you, your children thankful and understand your position more than you know. It's about the effort and the intentions and the confidence of knowing I am enough. That's how you beat this spirit. That's designed to bring us down and remind us of all the things we can't afford. That's how you beat it. You get real with it. Some things money can't buy. If you can figure out those things about those that matter, you can give them the world for free. I love you, man. Y'all hold me down. God told my